Hey everyone! You've likely heard the saying, money doesn't buy happiness before at some point in your life. So let's talk about it, and why I think that money does buy happiness, sort of, and the pros and cons of being extremely wealthy. Now, the argument most of the time is that money itself doesn't really buy happiness, but it buys things, physical objects like cars, houses, jewellery. It allows you to experience things like travel, hotels, cruises. Now, I'm gonna take a guess and say anyone who says this is already wealthier than most of the population, or they're under the illusion that being rich fixes everything, which we can see from the media and from articles and videos. A lot of rich people have completely fucked up lives and they're not happy. So we can clearly see it doesn't fix everything, but we'll cover this more later on in the video. Now, yes, this is kind of correct by all accounts. However, I do believe that money itself and knowing you're rich, wealthy, and powerful in itself is amazing. I mean, if I knew I was a billionaire and I had all the money in the world and I could do anything I wanted, whenever, wherever I wanted it, don't you think that would kind of make you happy? I think it'd make me happy, especially because money removes a lot of hard shit in your life. We go through so much in our daily lives and in our entire lifetimes that money removes. Anything relating to money, paying bills, being able to feed yourself or your family, paying for therapy, medication, it ends up leading to less stress and more free time. It allows you to deal with and focus on dealing with, do you have anxiety? Do you have depression? Well, now you have time to go to therapy, take medication. You have the time to dedicate to yourself to help yourself in that regard. It helps ease pain when it comes to hard experiences in life. I want to pose this question to you. How much money theoretically would you need to have to be happy and comfortable for the rest of your life? Would you be happy with 500k, a million, 10 million, 100 million, even $1 billion? For me, and this may sound selfish, but again, it depends on what you think you need. I'd probably need $50 to $100 million, enough to live extremely well off with investments and have enough money to travel and buy whatever, whenever I wanted it. Also, it's enough money to swim in a pool of dollar bills. $1 bills to be exact, but that's what cool people do. Notice how most things like day-to-day money-related sorrows and struggles go away when you're rich, and how many benefits there are. But on the flip side of all the benefits and pros of having all this unimaginable wealth, we've got to look at the negatives, because there's always negatives to every situation. Though you should look on the positive for most notably, when you become stupidly wealthy and rich, people start to hone into you like mosquitoes to blood. Ow! And it sucks. Literally. People who maybe knew you 5 or 10, 25, 50 years ago, I don't know how old you are, they start hitting you up like your best friends and acting like they've never slept with your partner before. Small problems when you're poorer become huge when you have money. Like, take a divorce, for example, in a more extreme instance. Normally all assets get split up in half. When you have 200,000 in net worth, it's not the worst. However, when you have 200 million and a ton of houses and assets and companies and shares, and it becomes so much more complicated to divide up. Then you have a shit ton of lawyers, you have months or years of getting it finalized, which adds so much stress and anxiety, which is what the money is supposed to remove. And that's just two of what is likely an endless list. I saw a comment recently on Reddit and it was something like, no way. Money does not buy happiness, it just buys temporary distractions. If you think that money makes you happy, I'd argue you've never experienced true personal happiness. And that is probably true in instances, and it does kind of raise questions in myself, if I'm truly happy, and if I ever have been. But that's another topic for another day, if you'd like to hear about it. In summary, does money buy happiness? I would say yes, sort of. It depends on the situation you're coming from and how much it'll change your life. If you're already rich, then no. But if you're in poverty or struggling, then yes, I would say that knowing you have money, the safety of that, and the abilities that money grants you in terms of buying power does take away most pre-existing issues. But it does open up a lot more problems in different areas of your life that maybe you don't have when you're poorer. However, money in a lot of instances can fix these. I know it's not the answer you probably want from this video. However, it's not black and white. There is not one cookie cutter answer for this question, and that's like a lot of things. There's pros and cons, and everyone has different experiences and it's all subjective. Everyone comes from a different background and deals with different things in different ways. Saying that money fixes everything for everyone is false. That is completely wrong. But saying that money doesn't buy happiness is also, I think, false. Money does buy happiness for certain people in certain instances. I know that personally, if I was a billionaire tomorrow and I never had to worry about money ever again, most of, if not all of my issues would go away. Do you remember that these are all my personal thoughts? And if you don't agree with them, that's okay. Feel free to comment down below, because sometimes I can get away from myself, just keep talking, completely lose the point. But continue the discussion down in the comments. I'd love to see what everyone's thoughts and what their experiences are in relation to money. But at the end of the day, you know what? I'm a talking blueberry. You're listening and watching a talking blueberry. Let's put that in perspective. Well, that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.